At this point, I am so afraid I don't want to move. All I'm asking myself is, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this situation?
You give me a vibe and a feeling like one I won't ever see again. This music, like I said, she won't heal it. Like one I won't ever see again. We blow the smoke.
Hey y'all. What's up? Like, what happened? What's up? 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 Yeah. What happened? Yeah, what? Okay. How y'all doing? It's been a minute. It's been a long time. I missed y'all. I know y'all missed me too. Your girl is back, and I'm gonna update y'all on everything that's been going on and everything that will be happening in the future in a separate video, in a life update. It's been a minute since I gave y'all one of those, so we don't gotta get into all that right now. What we gonna get into right now, right here and now, is the story time, okay? Yeah, because I know y'all been missing me. And I know y'all see my little closure that I did by myself. It's real cute, right? Okay, get into it. Yeah, I got it off Amazon too, so if y'all interested in the wig information and stuff like that, I'll put it in the description box below just for y'all. But yeah, I did that. For those of y'all that been with me for a long time, y'all know I am a tomboy. Y'all was with me when I didn't know how to do my makeup. I barely knew how to do my hair. Like, I barely knew how to be girly, so this is a big step, okay? Y'all proud of me? Give me an A through F on the install. It's giving B+ for me. A-, okay? That's just me. I gotta hear what y'all think. But anyway, I know y'all see the title, okay? We got a lot to talk about in that regard. I know y'all see the title. So my Lord Royals, you know what I need y'all to do. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with your friends. Tell a friend to tell a friend that I'm back in this bitch, okay? Your favorite YouTuber is here. And make sure you have your food, make sure you have your drink, make sure you smoke, make sure you did everything. Have all that in order, because you know what I don't like you doing while I'm talking, and that's pausing the video. Thank you. If you're new to my channel and you're just being introduced to all this energy right here, make sure you like this video, push the subscribe button, and push the post notification bell so you can receive a notification of my post when I post, baby, because I know the loyal royals definitely know. Everybody knows but you that you love it here. And if you don't know, now you know. Welcome. Yeah. Wait, did I do my intro? Hold on. Stop. Everybody stop. Hello, my queens and kings. It's your girl, Maroon Nikki, back again, time and time again with another video. Okay. Now, I know I just told y'all to get comfortable and everything like that, and I'm being so dead ass with y'all because this is one of them story times where I really need you to lock in and listen to what I'm saying, because this is real shit. I have to break it up into parts. It was so crazy that I didn't even want to talk about it right away. Like, I said to myself, I'm gonna wait a few years before I speak on this situation. Y'all know I gotta give y'all a background and give y'all a rundown of why I felt the way I felt in this moment, because this shit is really crazy. So let me take y'all all the way back. For those of y'all that been following me, you know exactly what time period this was. Some of y'all were on live with me when I had a conversation with you all about this situation, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. This situation happened around 2021. I had just moved back to Jersey. I had released that video saying I'm closing this chapter, and that's when I had just posted my most viewed prison video at the same time. So everything was just working out for me. Every video after that I was posting was doing super well. People were starting to find my channel. My subscriber count was going up daily. So when all of that was happening, I said to myself, you know what? For somebody that has never posted videos on any other platform, never promoted myself anywhere, never collaborated with anyone, I just showed up on the internet and decided to just start doing shit. I felt like that was something that I really should do something with that skill, because it's a skill. After a while, I kind of experimented and started helping out other people, like in my friend group, helping them put together viral posts like on TikTok and on different platforms and things like that, and it always worked. And then I would have them send me their analytics and stuff like that, and I put together a file. After that, I decided I should probably do this on a larger scale and start helping businesses, because I feel like I can take those skills and apply it, and I think that I could do some big things and I could really pull that money in, baby. Because when it comes to me, I don't run from the money. I don't feel no fear. When I come up with an idea, I just leap. Okay, I don't have time, because y'all, when it comes to stepping out and trying something different, you cannot sit there and dwell on it, because by the time you sit there and dwell on it, the fear has already pulled up and started talking you out of this shit. And I don't even allow that to come into what I got planned. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the idea hits my brain, I start acting immediately. The fear doesn't even have a chance to catch up to me. At that time, I said to myself, I'm gonna make it a business. I'm gonna try to help local businesses build up their social media platforms and increase like awareness and things like that, and, you know, maximize their reach. reach. Now, y'all, I've told y'all in the past, and if you don't know, I'm telling you now, when it comes to me, I'm nasty with sales, okay? I could sell you the drawers that's on your body. I could sell water to an ocean. For those of y'all that are in sales or have been in the realm of sales, you know what cold calling is. I started looking up local businesses in the area. I started researching their pages, seeing what they needed to improve upon, and then I started cold calling and pitching. Trying to set up a meeting, trying to get somebody to sit down with me, because at the end of the day, if I can get you to sit down with me, I can sell this to you. I was cold calling. I'm getting a lot of no's. I don't really care about that. All you need is one yes. I called this one business that was on my list. It was the last one on my list. I had just got a day full of no's. I'm just like, oh my goodness, all right, let's get this out the way, because I'm not gonna get discouraged. I'm just gonna keep pushing through. This man picks up, and when he picked up and I started pitching to him about his particular business, he didn't treat me like the other people. Like, he wasn't writing me off and trying to get me off the phone within the first 5 minutes. He was actually listening. He actually wanted to know more, and that's when I kind of knew I had his interest. It got to a point where he was so intrigued. Like, he was like, you know, honestly, I do want to work on my social media platforms and things like that. I do want to improve on that. I want to be able to bring in more clients and, you know, this, that, and the third. That's when I went in for it and said, you know, let's set up a meeting and let's discuss more. I'll stop by your office and we can go from there. And he agrees. At the time, y'all, I'm super excited because I just had a day full of no's. Like, people were telling me no all fucking day. And then I finally got that one yes. So we had arranged a date and time and we locked it in. I let him know that day when I was heading his way that I'm on my way, and he told me, when you arrive, please let me know and I will come outside and walk you up, because it's hard to find my office because there's multiple businesses in that one building and you're gonna get lost. Now, when I arrived, y'all, I arrived earlier than the time we scheduled, probably like 10 minutes earlier. I let him know that I was there. He said, okay, I'm coming out right now. So I'm standing by the side entrance, and the way the building was set up, it was really multiple businesses in this one building. Like, you could see the sign on the outside. It had like a pediatric office, a dentist office, like all types of different offices in one building. It didn't take long, probably like a minute. When the door opens, out comes this man. The man that was standing in front of me was not the man that I saw on the websites and on the Instagram and on the TikTok. All of these sites, I did not see the man that was standing in front of me. The man that was standing in front of me was fine as shit. 30 pounds lighter, tailored suit, custom shoes, everything, okay? The man was gorgeous. I didn't expect all of that. All I seen was chiseled, well put together, on point, chef's kiss, right? So y'all, let me kind of go into a little bit more detail how he looked when he was standing in front of me, because like, yo, I'm like, what the fuck? He was 6'2", 6'3", white man. He had like a nice beard, and then he had that deep part, you know what I'm talking about, with the slick comb over. And then he had the little, yeah, he had the slick comb over and everything. Everything just looked so nice and neat. And then he had on this nice suit, and all the colors complemented each other. And when he smiled, he had the most beautiful teeth. Like, he was just handsome all around. I'm like, damn. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you look like money, and I'm really hoping you got it, because I did my research on him, and he gets high-end clients. He looks like he gets high-end clients. I'm thinking I'm gonna get some good money out of this. This is good. This is great. I was like, hey, how you doing? And then I introduced myself and I shook his hand. I had the firm businesswoman grip, right? As he's shaking my hand, he's kind of looking in my eyes for like a second or two longer. And I'm trying to like, okay, see what that was about. He takes me into the building, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, if I would have tried to walk in there by myself, I definitely would have been lost, okay? The building looked like a maze. Each business was in a random spot. He was off, tucked away, like in the cut a little bit. Everybody had their own little cut. It was very strange. We get into his office, and it's beautifully decorated. A beautiful library with all these great books. He had like a nice sitting area. He had his little work area. He had all types of different things going on over there. It was a nice, beautiful, big office. I sit down in the seating area. It looked like a consultation area. We sat at the table, and I'm talking to him. At this time, y'all, I have like all of my information in like a folder. I'm just pulling out everything, going over, you know, what we can work on, what we can improve on, what value I feel I could provide to him and his business and his brand. Now I'm just pitching, and y'all, I'm a very passionate salesperson. I'm just passionate in general. If I'm selling you shit, like you could feel my soul into this. This pitch is tailored just for you, and I strongly believe this shit, okay? Every time I'm looking down and I'm looking up, I'm noticing he's staring me dead in my face. He has like this shimmer in his eye, and he's just like so focused on my face. So I'm like, okay, like y'all know when it comes to me, being physically attractive is not the end all be all. I'm going to judge you off of how you carry yourself, how you treat people, your morals and principles and values, like things of that nature. So him being physically attractive don't really mean that much to me. He's looking me in my face and I'm looking at him and I see he got this little shimmer in his eyes and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go back to what I'm talking about. It's funds first and everything after that, right? So after I get done kind of like wrapping up, he was just telling me like, you know, I'm honestly just in awe about how well you present things, and on top of that, how confident you are, how bold you are to even be doing something like this. Like, you really took a leap. And he was like, it's admirable. So then he starts asking me questions about like what made me want to do this. I know it sounds like a lot and it sounds like a lot of extra unnecessary information, but I just need y'all to follow me because number one, y'all say my story time don't be long enough, and number two, like, I need y'all to really get how we got here. Like, if you don't understand how we got here, you're not gonna understand like how fast everything went wrong. He was telling me how admirable it was and how much he enjoyed having this conversation, and he does think that he should move in that direction. And we started talking numbers. Before we even got to the numbers, he started asking me questions about like my personal life, because I'm talking to him about how I experimented on myself, and he's asking me like, what do I do? What kind of content was I pushing out for me to even be able to try it on myself? And then I did mention that there was a point in time where I worked in corrections. That's when he told me I was in the military for a period of time. You know, I respect it. Started talking to me about his experience. Now we're casually talking about some regular shit. We're just vibing, right? So then he went from that to talking about how he started his business and then how COVID kind of affected everything. It even affected his ability to like speak to people. Then he started going into companionship. And then he mentioned that there was a point in time where he was on seeking arrangements. He's looking me dead in my face, like locked in, talking to me about how he was on Seeking. For those of y'all that don't know what Seeking Arrangements is, it's a website that is for like sugar daddies and sugar babies and like having a mutually beneficial relationship and, you know, things like that. If you thought my eyes turned to dollar signs before, oh baby, it sure as hell turned to dollar signs now, because now it's all making sense. You're an older established man in his 40s, right? I'm in my late 20s. He's looking me in my face like he's seen the most beautiful gem that has ever graced his eyes. I mean, he's not wrong. But now I'm understanding like where we going with this. Baby, I'm gonna get to the bag regardless. If that wasn't the avenue, honey, and you're telling me this is the avenue, and I like looking at you, and you got something going for yourself, and we can kind of see where this goes, then baby, let's see where this goes. Like, what the fuck? I said, oh, that's what you want. That's why you all looking up in my face. Because, yo, I'm not going to lie. I'm from Jersey at the end of the day. You staring at my face like that is actually very triggering. It's very irritating because it's like, what's going on with you? Like, why you in my face? Why you staring so hard? Like, hello, can I help you? But this is business. So I can't be acting like that. I got to be business Nikki. Okay? I can't be just Jersey Nikki. All right? I got to chill. So when he was staring at me, I was getting annoyed low key. But now I understand. You're captivated. I tend to have that effect. I'm seeing where this is going. I'm seeing he want to see what's going on with this, baby. He want to see what's up with that. Yeah, he got a sweet tooth. He got a thing for chocolate. What? We're talking more, and I'm like, okay. So now I'm kind of leaning in. So I'm like, okay, you want Seeking, and how did that work out for you? But he was just saying, like, you know, he didn't really find somebody that he was interested in that could keep his attention for a long time. And he's just talking about his experience and how he's really looking for something along those lines. I told y'all, when it comes to me and locking down a sale, this is my new sale. This is my new venture, because what? Like, what you trying to say? Like, what you want to spoil me? You want to spend money on me? Like, what you trying to say? Like, wait. Not him trying to tell me without telling me, but don't worry. I'm picking up what you're putting down, boo. I'm picking it all the way the fuck up, and I won't drop it. So now at this point, I switch modes, because I see what you want. Now I'm kind of like looking him in the eyes. Now he can see my little fake shimmer. Because you know one thing about me, baby. I'm a flirt. Geminis, we know how we are. We flirt without effort. We're going to make you feel like you that. I'm talking to him, I'm flirting, I'm da-da-da. So now this meeting that we were supposed to have for like about 30 minutes to an hour is now going on for 2 hours. We've been talking, laughing, and just really kicking it. I'm just eating it up. Like, I was like, okay, this is what we doing and this is what we doing. Now at this point, I'm kind of telling him like, you know, I gotta go, because I didn't realize how much time had passed until I checked the time, and I realized like I've been here way too long. Now I'm trying to wrap this up because I gotta go. And he was like, you know, I really enjoyed this conversation. I love the pitch. I would love to move forward with this. He was like, but also I believe that you really are capable of being something great. Like, just the way you are, how ambitious you are, how you talk to me, I can tell that this is like something that you're very serious about. And he was like, and if you would allow me, like, I would love to help you out a little bit more. I have a very extensive list of clients and I would love to bring you around them so that way you can network and build your clientele so that your business can flourish, right? In my mind, I'm like, okay, I won him over. Like, he wants to not only get to know me on a personal level, but he still wants to conduct business with me, and he wants to put me around more money and more business. Like, at this point, he was selling to me. And baby, I bought the shit that he sold. I'm not gonna lie. So then he said to me, like, look, one of my bigger clients, they're having a wedding coming up, and he was like, and I know this is very soon to ask you, but one of my bigger clients are having a wedding. I had told them I don't need a +1. They told me I could bring one. I don't know if you're comfortable with that, but would you like to be my +1? You know, that way you can work the room and just network and do your thing. And I'm like, okay, when is that? He was like, it's a month from now. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. At first, I did have my reservations because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, a wedding. But at the same time, it's like, it's a wedding, bro. He's asking you to be around a bunch of people who are business owners or who know people who could put you in these positions to get that bread, bitch. He shows me the wedding invitation immediately. Like, he was like, this is the wedding invitation. I'm looking at it. I see where it's at. I know the location. Okay. I then agree, because what the fuck? I mean, I'm supposed to say no? To some people, it might have sounded too good to be true, but to me it sounded like it was right on time. I don't know. I agreed to go, and then he said, all right, now because I know that everything is last minute, we can definitely arrange a time to go shopping together and we can get something for you to wear. And he was like, you don't have to worry about it, it'll be on me. So y'all, our first, I guess, time hanging out was going to be us going shopping. All of this is kind of just like, I'm thinking about the seeking. I'm thinking about the networking. I'm thinking about how he's about to do business with me. I'm thinking about all of this shit. And I'm just like, everything is working out the way it needs to be. Like, I'm just hyped. This conversation was way better than I thought it would ever have been. We arranged a time to go shopping, and then we went from there. We exchanged numbers, and we would text from time to time. And one time he wanted to talk to me on the phone, but it wasn't anything like too crazy. He was a very busy man, so he didn't really have time to be sitting there kikiing with you all day. If you really doing what you're supposed to do business-wise, you shouldn't have all this free time to just be talking to me on the phone all day. So when we arranged the date and the time to go shopping, he asked me if I wanted him to pick me up. I had told him no. Y'all know how I am. I'm very funny like that. I don't like people picking me up and shit like that. I want to be able to come and go when I please. And plus, I don't care. I got to be able to like see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I like to show up earlier and kind of see everything, like, especially because we're going to a place where we're gonna go to the city afterwards. If we didn't find anything, we're gonna go to the city another day. But I'd never been to the shopping area, so I had to like kind of scope it out myself. So I showed up very early. That's just how I am, y'all. Y'all been watching me long enough to understand why I'm like this, okay? Look at my life. You really think I'm just gonna leave my trust in people's hands like that? No. I ended up pulling up to this mall. I probably pulled up like 30 to 45 minutes earlier than he did. I'm looking at all the exit points. I'm scanning the area. I gotta see it because I've never been to this place before. So I gotta see what's going on. I gotta know how to get in and out. I'm just naturally this cautious. Like, he didn't do anything that warranted this much caution at the time. I was just naturally this cautious, y'all, because you just never know with people. So y'all, he tells me like, okay, I'm about to meet you at this wing of the mall or whatever. So I said, all right, cool. I park all the way in the back, and then I walk up and I'm standing there. We hug each other, and then we start walking, and he was like, all right, let's check out some of these stores. Let's see if we can find something. He was like, I know it's so super short notice, but hopefully we can find something. And if we don't, we can always try the city or somewhere, one of your recommendations. I'll leave it up to you. You're the lady. So I'm like, okay. We walking around and we're going from store to store, and we are both agreeing that everything that we are seeing in these stores is trash. We're both unimpressed. So he's just smiling in my face, and we're talking about regular stuff, casual, everything's just kind of what it is. And after going from store to store to store to store, we started working up an appetite. So he said, yeah, let's grab something to eat. And then we went to like this food court area. Now the food court area was outside. The food court area had like an outside sitting area, and there were like little food trucks over there, beer and like little different things. So we walk up to this like food truck. He was like, do you want to order something from here, or is this a good place? And I'm like, yeah, this is fine. He was like, order whatever you want. I ordered like a chicken sandwich and some fries and like a drink. He goes to make his order. So he said to them, let me get a burger, but take off the ketchup, take off the mayo, take off the buns, take off the pickles, take off everything, just give me the patty. They were like, excuse me? He was like, give me this burger, but just the patty. No fries, no nothing, just the patty itself. And they were like, okay, we don't put condiments on the sandwich. You can get that on the side, but you sure you just want the patty? He was like, just the beef patty. Now they're looking at him like he's weird as hell. I'm looking at him like he's weird as hell because that was a very strange order. Like, I don't know how to explain. I've never had nobody order just a patty. Like, that was very strange to me. They give him the patty. He goes over and he like adds like a couple condiments on it, and then he sits down and he's literally like just dogging the patty. And I'm just like, okay, he might just be a little strange. I'm not trying to judge you too much off of what you eat, but like, what the fuck is that? And I asked him, I was like, so what made you want to just get the beef patty and not the bread and everything? Like, what was that? And he was like, oh, I'm just eating beef right now. That's just like my diet right now. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I get it, because I went on like the pescatarian diet and this, that, and the third. Like, I'm just casually talking. That's when I kind of followed up and said, yeah, and I also noticed that on the invitation and stuff, you accepted like beef twice because you didn't have the +1. So is it an option to get it changed because I don't want to eat beef? Do they have like any pescatarian options or like dairy-free options or something like that? He was like, and you don't want to eat beef? And I'm like, no, I try not to eat that. That's kind of heavy. And he was just like, why don't you like beef? And I'm like, because that's just not what I want to eat. And he was like, okay, but I don't understand. How do you not like beef? Like, why don't you like beef? And I'm like, I just don't want it. That's just not my preference. And he was like, okay, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it. So now he's kind of getting like irritated. He's like, I've been eating beef this whole time. Like, I eat beef every day. I eat raw ground beef. And I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, I eat ground beef fresh out the pack, like raw ground beef. Like, I typically eat raw ground beef. It's helped me so much I don't even sweat. I only bathed 3 times this year. So now I'm sitting here looking at him like he's lost his motherfucking mind. Because number one, why are you so aggressive right now at this table? And yo, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all no lie. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be honest. When he was explaining it to me, like, the shit sounded a little like cannibalistic or something. Like, it was screaming cannibal. Like, I don't know. I've never heard nobody telling me that they eat raw meat uncooked. Like, is that even sanitary? Number two, what do you mean you only bathed 3 times this year? We're in September. So that's when I followed up, because like, y'all, you know that dirty shit like trigger me. Like, that dirty shit be triggering me. Let's move past the fact that that shit's kind of screams cannibal, but let's zero in on the fact that you ain't bathed. So when I said, oh, you ain't showered, like, you only showered 3 days, or do you like bathe, like, or have you touched the water more than 3 times? Or are you saying like you've only touched the water 3 times this year? He's like, yeah, only 3 times this year, only 3 times, and I don't stink. See? I said, y'all have to understand, the man that I saw on the website was not the same man that I saw during my meeting. The man that I saw during my meeting was not the same man that I saw at the mall. Where I'm about to go with this is about to really concern y'all, because it was equally as concerning for me. The way that this conversation changed, it was only a matter of like 2 to 3 minutes, and we were already on some other shit to the point where I was literally frozen in time and frozen in fear. So shortly after he says that, like immediately after he says that, he just starts leaning in and saying, you know, I just feel like really good about seeing you today. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I feel like I can really like talk to you and stuff. Like, it was really enjoyable. Like, y'all, this is not the same person that I was sitting across the table. He was super charismatic and everything when we were in his office discussing business. I don't know who this person is. He just switched topics immediately, and he was like, yeah, you know, I know you like me, baby girl. So I said, what? And he was just like, I know you like me. Like, I know you're interested in me, you know, this is not a foreign concept to me. Like, he was like, you know, I really think that it's really awesome that we're sitting here. I really like you too. Like, you know, I could have you if I wanted to. And that's when I chuckled. I was like, No, you can't. Because in my mind, bitch, you just told me you dirty and then you thought that you was going to even think about having me. Pump your motherfucking brakes. I don't know what you got going on. Like, what the fuck? That's when I started getting like firm because I'm trying to understand like what is happening right now. I'm genuinely confused. Like we were just laughing and everything while we were going in and out of the stores. Everything was normal. As soon as he sat down and touched that beef, he went crazy. That's when he said like, yeah, I feel like I can talk to you. Like you being working corrections reminded me of like my military days. And that's when he proceeds to start telling me a story about his time in the military. I mean, he's no longer eating, and then he places his hands on his knees and he starts rubbing them up and down his knees as he's talking and kind of like rocking like this. And he was just like, when I was in the military, like I had a good time, but you know, it had to end early because of everything that happened. And I was like, what happened? And maybe I shouldn't have asked that. Maybe I shouldn't have asked that. But at this point in time, I'm just so confused about what's going on. I just was like, what happened? So he said, oh yeah, well, I mean, everybody, baby girl. Mind you, this whole baby girl thing that he just threw out, he just started calling me baby girl out of nowhere. I don't know what the fuck. It was almost as if like it was a whole new personality in his body. He was like, yeah, baby girl, you know, when I was in the military, I went to a party with my guys and, you know, we were all partying and, you know what people do in the military, you know, they sleep around and they do different things and we're drinking and we're doing all types of stuff like that. And, you know, there was this one girl and everybody was having their way with her. And, you know, I thought it was my turn next, but she decided she wanted to go to sleep. So, you know, I thought that I could still have my chance with her. And then she told on me. And then, you know, my boy, he went and put a letter in and said that, you know, he knew that I did it. And I ended up accidentally apologizing on the letter and they kicked me out of the military. So at this point, y'all, I need y'all to understand what's going on. A man that I'm out with right now, I'm sitting at the table with him. He put that piece of beef in his mouth, switched personalities, and now he is openly admitting to me that he's a rapist. I'm still processing what the fuck is being told to me because he's telling me a story. And as he's telling me this story, he begins to hyperventilate and he's slamming the table like this in the middle of the open seating area and everybody is staring at us. And at this point, I am so afraid I don't want to move. My body's starting to tighten up. Okay, I instantly got on the defensive. I just realized that I have somebody sitting across the table from me who is banging the table. He is showing me like signs of aggression. He's speaking aggressively. He's scaring me, right? But in the face of situations I've already kind of told y'all, like when I'm scared or if I'm like startled by something, you're not going to be able to see it. I'm thinking to myself, this man is not mentally stable. This man is capable of hurting me. And all I'm asking myself in this situation, all while showing zero emotion, while he is banging the table and he is hyperventilating and he is causing a scene and people are looking at us but they're slowly walking away and not saying anything, all I'm asking myself is, how the fuck am I going to get out of this situation? And y'all, I'm going to save the rest of how I got out of that situation for part 2. Let me know if this video interests you, okay? Make sure you like this video if you haven't already. I will post the second part of this story in like a day or two. So show this video some love. Let me know your thoughts. This shit is crazy and it gets worse, okay? So if you think that it stops here, don't worry. There's more. My loyal royals, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still here, feel free to put a comment down like I said. Share it with your friends. Make sure you like the video and everything. My queens and kings, you know what I want you to do, and that's what? Stay blessed and stay royal, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye-bye.